I still remember the exact moment I realized shared living would either break me or transform me completely. It was 3 a.m. in a cramped London hostel room, and I was staring at my empty wallet on the table while my roommate pretended to sleep on the bunk above me. That night, everything I thought I knew about friendship and trust was about to be shattered. Moving from a quiet family home to global hostel life felt like stepping into an entirely different world. When I first arrived in the UK for my studies, the excitement was overwhelming. The narrow hallways smelled of instant noodles and damp clothes, laughter echoed from every corner, and doors were always left slightly open, inviting strangers to become friends. I unpacked my suitcase in a small room with 4 beds, wondering how 4 completely different people from different countries were supposed to share one tiny space without driving each other crazy. The first few days were magical, though. We stayed up late talking about our dreams, our cultures, and the crazy things we left behind in our home countries. There was Ahmed from Pakistan, who made the best chai tea I've ever tasted, Maria from Brazil, who filled the room with music and positive energy, and Sarah from the US, who seemed to know every life hack for surviving on a student budget. But the honeymoon period didn't last long. Soon, the reality of shared living started hitting hard. It began with small things: food disappearing from the fridge, someone using my expensive shampoo without asking, and the never-ending battle over whose turn it was to clean the shared bathroom. The kitchen was always a war zone with dirty dishes piled high and mysterious smells coming from the microwave. I learned quickly that in hostel life, your personal space is never truly yours. Someone is always borrowing something, playing loud music at odd hours, or bringing friends over when you just want to study. The cultural differences that once seemed fascinating started becoming sources of frustration. Simple things like different ideas about cleanliness, privacy, and personal space created silent tensions that slowly built up over weeks. Then came the real test of friendship. During my second month, I went through a really tough time with my studies and family issues back home. I was feeling completely lost and alone in this foreign country. That's when my roommates showed me what true support looks like. Maria would drag me out for late night walks just to clear my head. Ahmed would leave small notes with motivational messages and homemade food on my bed. Those small acts of kindness made me believe that real friendship can be found in the most unexpected places. We created our own little family in that chaotic hostel. We celebrated each other's small victories, helped with assignments, and even pooled money together when one of us was short on rent. For a while, it felt like we could face anything together. But then came the betrayal that nearly broke our little group apart. I had saved up for months to buy a new laptop for my studies. It was my most prized possession. One evening, I came back from classes to find my room in a mess and the laptop gone. My heart sank to the bottom of my stomach. After hours of searching and questioning, the truth slowly came out. It wasn't a stranger who took it. It was someone from our own group who had financial problems and thought they could borrow it for a few days without telling me. The sense of betrayal was crushing. I felt stupid for trusting so easily, angry at myself for not being more careful, and heartbroken that someone I considered family could do this to me. The arguments that followed were ugly: voices raised, accusations flying, and tears shed by everyone. The shared apartment that once felt warm now felt cold and uncomfortable. In the weeks that followed that incident, I learned the hardest lessons about survival and shared living. I had to learn how to set boundaries while still keeping my heart open. I discovered that forgiveness doesn't always mean forgetting, but sometimes it means choosing peace over being right. Surprisingly, that painful experience brought some of us even closer. We started having honest conversations about money, expectations, and personal struggles that we had been avoiding. I also realized that hostel life teaches you resilience like nothing else. When you live with strangers, you learn to adapt, communicate better, compromise, and stand up for yourself. These skills became invaluable not just in the hostel, but in every area of my life afterwards. Even after moving out, those experiences shaped how I approach relationships today, with more wisdom, caution, and appreciation for genuine connections. Looking back now, Global hostel life was the toughest but most valuable teacher I've ever had. It taught me that friendship isn't always perfect, that betrayal can come from the people closest to you, but survival comes from within. The late night talks, the fights, the laughter, and the tears all wove together to create memories I'll carry forever. If you're about to enter hostel life or shared living, know this. It will test you, it will change you, but if you let it, it will also make you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. The journey isn't easy, but it's absolutely worth it.